So yethu Nkosi sikelela.
Thanks for joining us here in the Shikundu home of the late Collins Chabane. We saw the funeral procession leaving about 5 minutes ago. There was a somber mood, a whole lot of people looking very sad indeed as the burial of Collins Chabane gets underway. People started arriving here as early as 4:30 in the morning to bid their farewell to the son of Shikundu. But just to tell us a bit more about what community members thought of Collins Chabane, I'm now being joined by Rito Masungwini. Mr. Masungwini, may you just tell us what does this day mean to you? A very sad day indeed.
Yeah, I think, for the community, it's a very sad day. And we have lost a great leader. It's unreplaceable. And I think, as you can see when you come here, you can see, he was the leader for the people. He never looked at this place, but he was delivering to South African people. I think the government, as a community member, I feel they've seen our place. They need to give us something that will remember Collins Chabane of that. Collins Chabane was alive in the village. He's a stalwart and will be remembered forever in our hearts. But I think the foremost what we need, there have been unrest within the Malamele community for the municipality. And I think, the government, they've seen that, the craft of Malamele, we had a great leader who comes from within the village, but he never looked at his people. He was there to serve South Africa as a community. Even though there was a strike in Malamele, he went there doing his work. But what I'm urging ANC leaders and the government to give it to us, just Collins Chabane municipality. I think that will be the great thing that will remember him all of our life. Our grandchildren, they will think about that. Once upon a time in this Shikundu village, in Malamele town, there was a leader called Collins Chabane, a stalwart that will never compare to anyone. Where he got the statue of Chris Hani himself, Oliver Tambo. He's the person that a self-respected man within all the communities, respected everybody within the villages, and he was the person that was willing to give. And I think, if you look around our communities, there's nothing development that has been happening. They just redone the surfaces and everything. And I think, it's something we, South Africa, we need to go forward and say, listen, Collins Chabane was for the people, please give us something back. Thank you.
There you have it from one of the community members, Rito Masungwini, who spoke very highly of Collins Chabane, even going as far as putting Collins Chabane on the same status as people like Chris Hani. Ayanda, is back to you.
Thank you so much, Njanji. Njanji obviously coming to us live from just outside the home of Minister Collins Chabane. He's about 2 kilometers or so away from where we are at the moment. We're coming to you live from Saselamani Stadium. This is where the official funeral service will take place. The first part of that program, and I have the program right here, is well underway. That first part is the family valedictory and church service at the Shikundu residence, as we've just heard from Njanji Chauke. The second part 2, will take place here. The program director will be Minister Natim Tetwa. But you heard those soothing sounds that we opened with when we linked to this particular part of the program. It is, of course, the sounds of the movement. As we know, Minister Collins Chabane, a man of many talents, not just an administrator and a struggle icon, but he was a keen golfer and, of course, a very, very talented musician. And this is his band and the band members. And I'm going to greet Obabu Basil. A very good morning to you, Baba. How are you?
Yeah, fine, India.
It's a very, very difficult time. Condolences to the team. Speak to us a little bit about Obabu Collins Chabane, the musician.
Okay, the band movement was formed in 1999 after I met Collins in Zimbabwe when I used to play with Thomas Mafumo. So he came to me when we were at short break. Then he asked me if we can form the band movement. Then I had to come here with some biras. Then I taught him how to play the biras. Then after that, when he was knowing how to play, he said I must go to Zimbabwe. Then I must look for the guys who can play this kind of music. So I had to go to Zimbabwe and organize those guys. Then that's when we formed the movement band.
So not just South Africa in mourning today, cross borders as well have lost talent. Mama Abshen, thank you so much for joining us. You spoke to me briefly that he played the harmonica, he played the bira, the conga, drums. Speak to us about how he would interact. A lot of people say he was very reserved and very quiet. Would he come alive on stage?
Collins, to us, he was a band member. He didn't want to be treated as an MEC. When he was with us in the band, he was a band member, and he would adhere to all the rules which we laid as in a group. So he was very passionate about his music. So he was passionate about his harmonica. When we know that we're going to miss that sound in the band, because it was only him who used to play the harmonica, the fluid.
As the saying goes, that a jack of all trades is a master of none. I think Babu Collins Chabane was a perfect example that was not the case. He was able to hold his own in the arts and also in politics. Tell us, was there ever a time when you just said to him, forget this politics business, let's focus on arts?
Collins took me to play together. So I'm a lead guitarist, so that's why I came here in South Africa, because I'm a Zimbabwean again. Yes.
How are you going to remember him?
I see. I'm remembering too much about the. So. You know, it's hard to how he passed away. You know.
Really tragic. It is tragic and a huge loss to South Africa. When was the last time you played together?
That was when we were in Opikopis. That's when the last time we saw the band, because he was moved away from the fact that he has to concentrate on his political side of things. And unfortunately, that's when the music parted. But anyway, a lot of people will still remember him for his music, especially the elders that actually enjoyed it more than the youth. It's only now that they're beginning to realize that there is such music, and I hope it will be established very well around people. Yeah.
And just maybe in closing, if you can share with us during rehearsals, maybe was there something funny that he would say, or was he very strict and he wanted you to keep to time? Which one was late? Which one was always late? Guma rehearsals.
In the rehearsals, he will be early as a disciplined member of the ANC. He even sent the discipline to the members. He was an example to all his band members. But normally when we were driving around going for performance, you hear him saying, guys, I'm going to fly. And then these guys, when they pronounce flying, they will say, hey, fry us while you are fishes. And then he will say, somebody must be praying, pray the music, play something around. So we're going to miss that a lot.
He was a humorous person. We'll have to leave it there, at least for now. His music, his work, his legacy lives on. Let's leave it there at least for now. Quick ad break. We continue with more after this.
Izwa imithandazo